Andrew McCart, iFLTV. Always delighted to be joined by my good friend, Mr. Sam Jones. Sam, I can tell for this little get-together, you've had a nice beard trim, you've had a nice haircut, and you're looking fresh, young man.
I always have a haircut. Once a week job.
Well, I want to segue into what do you think of my haircut. I got my haircut this morning, I got my beard done this morning. What do you think?
Sides, yeah, looking good, Andy. Got more hair on the beard.
Oh, listen, I'll take that as a compliment from you anyway. Now, listen. You've managed a lot of fighters. We spoke about Dan Toward last week. Now you've got a young fighter over there called Pat Brown, Olympian, GB squad member for many years. Big boy in the big divisions, cruiserweight, maybe likely to be a heavyweight. How excited are you? I know you say this all the time, but how excited are you about this young man?
I can't say it a lot because you say this about everyone, but I believe I've got the best stable of fighters in the United Kingdom. So He's a phenomenal addition to my stable and an unbelievable addition to Matchroom's stable, which is the reason why you're here for a media lunch. Like they're making a big play, whatever you want to call it, for him, and he deserves it. He's going to put bums in seats. He's got a fantastic style that's going to take professional boxing like a duck to water. He's a good person, a good man, good morals. He's going to be fantastic, Andy.
Manchester, Man United fan, said his guilty pleasure is to have a tear-up. Now, as a casual boxing fan, as a normal boxing fan, when you hear a fighter say my guilty pleasure is to have a tear-up, and the fact that he can sell tickets here in Manchester, I mean...
Like you in Glasgow, doesn't it, on a Saturday night?
Mate, every Saturday, and a Sunday morning, by the way. And a Sunday morning when I'm walking home. Yeah, exciting fighter because the way he talks and the way... I spoke to Jamie Moore and he says the kid loves to fight. Now, for me as a coach, I ain't going to try and take that away from him. I'm trying to add to it. So it's going to be exciting times ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Jamie Moore, don't just listen to my opinion because speak to Jamie Moore, Nigel Travis, Eddie, like all of these people like who will form their opinion will tell you this boy's going to go all the way. No, he's going to go all the way. That's what's going to happen. I mean, I can't just keep saying, he's going to be this. Just watch. He's going to put bums in seats, Andy. He really is.
Cruiserweight as well. A lot, maybe 10, 15 years ago, the cruiserweight division wasn't really one that was sought after. It was just one of the divisions that was there in the background.
He's going to make the cruiserweight division.
But even at this cruiserweight division is exciting to be in here in the UK. Chris Billam-Smith, Chev Clark, all these young fighters coming through. Do you know what I mean? So for him to get plopped in there as well, I mean, the division's already exciting here in the UK, but that's a great addition. Plus, it's a dangerous division as well.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it's a great division to be a part of right now. It's a division that's kind of thriving at the moment. Some great fighters in the division, some good fights. Saw a brilliant one with Zerdo and Chris Billam-Smith the other week. Some great domestic fights to be made. And look, Pat Brown's going to make this division his.
Definitely. Exciting times. You said on the promo as well, Sam, that the glory days are going to return to Manchester. Now, when I think of the glory days to British boxing, when I think of the glory days, I'm thinking way back in the 90s with the Brunos, Eubanks and Benz, and then coming into the Ricky Hatton era, Prince Nazim, all them glory days. Is he going to be in that stratosphere?
Conor Walker against Echo Esserman. Sorry.
That's you trying to make a deal during my interview.
Yeah, sorry, Andy.
I just said when we talk about glory days, we talk about Naseems and Benz and Eubanks and Brunos and Ricky Hattons. Is this kid that good?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why. That's the reason why we're here doing this media day in Manchester on a huge fight week in Birmingham ahead. He's going to be the flag bearer for British boxing. Not yet. It's a bit of a process to go through, but he's going to be the boy.
Big statement, but listen, I trust you.
I know, listen, I'm going to get loads of, Sam's talking shit, but listen, trust Jamie Moore with his opinion. If you don't trust me, trust Jamie Moore. Trust Nigel Travis. Trust Eddie Hearn.
Now, the WBO asked to... They basically put forward Jack Catterall versus Arnold Barboza. I think they have 20 days to come to an agreement. Now, spoke to Jamie Moore again. He quite likes the win off Paro Hitchens as a manager. Again, we know that Jack's probably deserving of a world title right now, so where do you want to go?
Look, we think that the fight with Barboza is a good fight, but it has to mean something. Like, we don't just want to win that fight and then, I don't know, Lopez could vacate and then Jack has to fight another fight. We think it should be for something like an interim world title at the very least. Let's just listen.
We are listening to an Eddie Hearn interview right now, and Sam's trying to just make sure he can.
Yeah, it is. Jack against Barboza is a great fight, but it has to make the right sense for Jack. But if that's the fight that we're going to do next, that's the fight we're going to do next. Jack will fight anybody.
But the Paro Hitchison fight in Australia, Paro wins. I mean, that must excite you.
Absolutely. That's why we're waiting for the outcome of that, because that could be a better offer for Jack to go there. Look, we're sitting in a good position now with Jack, and it's a well-earned position. It's coming off the string of Linares, your mate, and Regis Prograis. So there's no better run in British boxing right now, if you ask me, than what Jack Catterall's on at the moment.
I'd probably agree with that. He's been busy, he's been consistent, having fights regular, which is, we know in this game, consistency is key. Now, I want to segue to Jack Catterall's good friend in Cameron Vong, a young fighter. Now, for me, taking on Gavin Gwyn's a dangerous fight for so young in his career, but it's testament to where you think this kid can go, and Jamie Moore.
Listen, I said this before, it's not just with Cameron fighting this guy, Gavin Gwyn on Saturday. Gavin Gwyn's a brilliant fighter, throwback fighter. He's a former European, British Commonwealth champion. Brilliant fighter. But if you think I would just be that person that says, I think this is the right fight. No, it's a team. We have a team. We discussed it with Jamie, Nigel. We think our guy, Cameron Vong, is a world-class prospect, right? We believe he's got the tools and the minerals to beat Gavin Gwyn on Saturday. But Gavin Gwyn is not being overlooked. We're not thinking, well, this is what we want to do after that. The only thing that matters for Cameron Vong is Gavin Gwyn on Saturday night. That's all that matters.
Obviously, you beat Gavin Gwyn on Saturday. For this young man, you can't take a step back in opponents.
It's not about taking a step forward. It's about, this is the difference. People think I'm trying to, Cameron can go to European level. Well, no. We want to keep him at this level to learn on. There's no point going further. No. Beat Gavin Gwyn, and then we'll fight another fight around that level. It's not about going up and up and up. It's about learning at a good level, and that's what we think Cameron has done and doing.
Like I said, you've got a busy couple of weeks again. You've got Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen in Saudi. Hamza Uddin as well this weekend as well, yes?
Big step up for Hamza. And then we've got Conor Walker against Ritson. Yeah. And then Johnny over to Saudi Arabia for Johnny Fisher.
I mean, are you enjoying it? Yeah,
of course. I love it.
Talk about Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen, though. Dave Allen's been in the game a long, long time, but still a young heavyweight, let's be honest. He's only, 32, 33?
Is he 20? He's only 29, isn't he?
Honestly, I thought he was in his 30s.
Or is he 31, Dave? He's no older than... Let me just double check this, so I'll get a load of stick, won't I?
Keep the fans entertained while you're doing it.
Come on. Dave Allen... No. 32.
32, yeah, I thought so, 32.
Young for a heavyweight, but listen, Dave's been about, he's been around a long time. Dave deserves a big night, and he's got one against Johnny in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be a good fight between two good guys.
Was past 4 rounds?
Yeah, most likely. Who's done Dave Allen in less than 4 rounds? People have this perception, Johnny's going to blast Dave out. Who's blasted Dave Allen out? Not many people. Nobody.
I had a little story during dinner there where Eddie was telling a story about you when you text him and he ignored you and put the phone down, and you text back saying, I take that as a yes. That's almost like my relationship with you. When I text you and I don't get a message back.
About a certain fighter being on a main broadcast, and he never responded, so I went, take that as a yes then, perfect.
Is that how your relationship is with Eddie? Is it sort of like this playful, joyful, professional?
No, not really. Like, if I've got a good relationship, but if I don't like something, I'll fucking bring it up.
Do you bring it up to Eddie? If you don't like something that Eddie suggested...
Ask Eddie about how the Josh Taylor fight got made.
Shall I?
If you want to. Ask him.
Is it going to hurt my feelings?
No, not one bit. Just ask him how the process was of getting the Josh Taylor fight done. Do I respect Eddie? Yes. Same way as I respect Frank Warren. Loads of respect for Frank Warren. Done great work with Frank Warren and George. But if ask him.
Eddie, what was Sam Jones like during the Josh Taylor Catterall negotiations?
No sarcasm. Be honest.
What was he like during the negotiations with Taylor Catterall?
What's he like full stop?
Unbelievable.
Sarcasm, pure sarcasm. So, but look, the Josh Taylor fight was a difficult fight to make, Andy. It was a fight that Eddie didn't think was going to do as well as what it did, and I always believed it was going to be as big as what it was, and I was right, he was wrong.
Eddie was wrong and you were right.
Yeah, facts. And it turned out to be was it the biggest domestic fight of the year? Surely, I think so. I keep forgetting it was actually this year. Yeah, brilliant fight.
Trilogy?
Who knows? Listen, who knows if Jack gets hold of a world title or Josh rediscovers old form and gets hold, because I know he's going to continue, so And so he should. He had plenty left in the tank in that fight against Jack. Showed he had plenty left. Jack beat a brilliant Josh Taylor that night. So let's see what Josh does. And if they meet again for the third time, we wouldn't be against that. But it would have to be right.
Listen, won't keep you much longer, Sam. Appreciate it as always.